This presentation is to inform my fellow classmates as to why college athletes should not get paid. Most sports fanatics rave about the college football playoff, the March Madness tournament for NCAA basketball, and college hockey's Frozen Four tournament, and all these sporting events create mass amounts of revenue. Although these sporting events are some of the most electric time for college athletes, some wonder if they should be making money off of their names and or the events themselves. In this, we will get into the advantages it gives other schools in recruiting and the debt it puts some in. We'll be talking about how they already have scholarships and incentives, and we'll also be talking about the unfairness towards other departments and athletes. The relevance of this topic is that it's a very hot topic within the sports world today. There have been many different meetings as to whether these players should be making money off of their names and or these events. I'm Carlo because I'm a crazy college follower as well for sports. I myself am in college, so I have a say in this and in the unfairness, and also I've done extensive research as well. In this speech, we'll be talking about the ways it puts colleges in debt and the advantages it gives other schools. We'll be talking about how they already get scholarships and incentives as well, along with the fact of how it's unfair towards other athletes and other departments within their schools. First let's talk about the debt and advantages. Paying athletes is not cheap in any way, shape, or form. It would cost universities hundreds of thousands of dollars. According to BleacherReport.com by Brendan Thomas, if schools add $100 a week stipend to $200 athlete scholarships, it would cost roughly $800,000 a year. Basically, the smaller, less profitable programs would have to make budget cuts to afford paying their athletes. This gives bigger schools an advantage in recruiting because they will be able to afford to pay their athletes, and this would make better athletes go towards the bigger schools and not the smaller schools, making college competition as a whole worse because these smaller schools wouldn't be getting as good of recruits as they once were. And there would be no gap between the college and pro sports, really, because they'd be making money either way. According to Scott Stoshnick, NCAA, from NCAA tiptoes around letting athletes get paid and endorsements, making a clear distinction between college and pro opportunities. The goal of NCAA sports is to work your way towards the pros, and if you're already getting paid, people won't work as hard and work towards their goal of making it professional. There would be any difference. The next reason as to why they should not be getting paid is that these athletes already receive scholarships and other incentives for playing sports for their universities. Each athlete is given a full ride, or mostly full ride, towards their school, and room and board, tuition, and so on, and this makes life a lot easier for them. They also receive stipends, and according to dictionary.com, it's a periodic payment, especially a scholarship or fellowship allowance granted to a student, and this usually is not paid back, so they don't have to worry about paying them back. This already makes their life easier, as I said before, because they don't have to worry about the financial burden that some other students have to worry about when attending college, and they also don't have to worry about saving for college. SmartAsset.com called Should College Athletes Be Paid by Tiffany Patterson. Thus, in comparison, student athletes already have it easier financially than most students at their school. She also said in the same article, at some schools, the value of a scholarship that athletes receive during 4 years of college can be well over $250,000. So therefore, they already get an advantage. Although I do agree that they do work their butts off during high school to earn these scholarships and to earn the right to have these free tuitions, and they also do work their butts off during the college season to like keep on earning the scholarship. And then according to Should College Athletes Be Paid by Maddie Weiss and Nathan Noble, players on top college football teams devote on average 43 hours per week to practice and games. That's more than most average Americans work a week. The third reason as to why they should not be getting paid is that most people don't really know the logistics behind paying college athletes. You're not really going to pay your star quarterback or your star point guard in basketball the same as your track runners, because these other sports obviously bring in a lot more revenue. According to Jameson Ma on theoracle.com, a highly recruited player is likely the best player on your team by a wide margin. It would not be fair to pay your star player that generates all the revenue. People are coming to watch them the same amount as your backup for any position that does not see the playing field or ice or court at all. Another reason it's unfair is because some departments bring in more revenue than others. So, for example, college football brings in hundreds of thousands of dollars of revenue for schools each and every year. And let's say the chess team clearly does not bring in that much. It wouldn't be fair to take the revenue from the football program to pay the chess players. I just don't see where any of that's fair. Although I do agree paying athletes helps school programs grow and create more revenue for their program, especially smaller schools that are attempting to attract more athletes and help their programs grow. Overall, we talked about the advantages and the scholarships and the unfairness. And my goal for this speech was to have people look into it because it does have something to do with them. And so next time you're cheering on your favorite university, let's keep the talk towards the sports and not the financial side.